What is up, guys? Mixed Martial Idiots podcast. We had a full fight weekend this weekend. The Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano's fight. We had UFC Fight Night, Derek Lewis and Taliesin Teixeira. We turn it right around. We got PFL stuff next weekend with Dakota Ditcheva and a lot of names you guys will recognize. And we have the end of the Diamond. The Dustin Poirier era ends this Saturday. We're going to talk about the card. We're going to get emotional. Stick with us. Welcome to the show. We got Tanner Dunphy, George Novo. Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, good weekend for fights this past weekend. Amazing weekend for fights next weekend. So let's start off. I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna just talk about the one fight real quick. It was just a shout out to Alicia Rodriguez, who is the one atom weight Muay Thai champion. She's notable for beating Stamp Fairtex, who is one of one's big cash cows. But she won this weekend via knockout. She landed two massive hooks that dropped her opponent both times, and then the second time her opponent wasn't getting up. It was no go. So big job to her on keeping her crown. Let's move into recapping the UFC Fight Night, though. Derek Lewis versus Taliesin Teixeira in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh, man. Starting off, women's 115. Fatima Klein knocking out Melissa Martinez with a head kick in round 3. Woo! I had
Holy
Fatima
shit.
winning this one, but head kick? Woo. Good Lord. What do you got on it, Will?
I will straight take this one right to the face. This is egg in my face. I thought Melissa Martinez was going to bring footwork. I thought she was going to bring boxing. I thought she was going to crowd Fatima Klein. And she has the anti-grappling, which she did show for most of the fight. She has anti-grappling to box with her. Fatima was having none of that shit. She started working with the teeps, had a great jab going. She was fighting behind power, which for 115-pound females, that's something that doesn't really happen. So it's hard for them to prepare for. And then she lands the Leon Edwards style head kick at the end, except for she's so good with it. She doesn't have to continue with the punch. She feints at the shoulder. She gets Martinez to go off the center line into danger land and puts her in the fucking atmosphere, guys. That was so crazy. When George and I are talking in the garage, and I just went, oh, silent. Shit was crazy. What a head kick. And she's a jiu-jitsu and judo black belt. Look out.
Yeah. Watch out for that one. George, what you got?
Where was this on the last card that she tanked everybody slips and got worked by their girl?
Damn,
Look. Yo, I forgive, but I don't forget. Just remember that shit. And I'm old. I'm old as fuck, so I got a history. Anyways,
Oh, man.
this fight, yeah, Will said something about Melissa needing to, utilize her footwork. Nah, she learned how that footwork. That head kick, it was clean. That deserved its own highlight reel on X. Martinez came with height, man, but she got outclassed by a prospect who's looking like a strawweight problem, man. If she continues to fight like that and irons out some wrinkles and the grappling with like the pummeling and stuff, and I don't know, sky's the limit. That was a good fight. That was a good way to open it up. What about Mikey boy and Mitch?
Whew. Yes. Next up, 155. Mike Davis knocking out Mitch Ramirez with a knee and some follow-up punches in round 2. Will, tell us about it.
Man, I think we all were unanimous last week in picking Mike Davis, right? Did anyone
Yeah.
pick Mitch Ramirez?
No, I
No,
don't
Mike
believe
Davis
so.
was like a minus 1,000 fucking favorite. But at the beginning of the second round, he didn't look like that. He got tired thinking he was going to finish him in the first round. I think he 10-8'd him because he was a fucking American Jiu-Jitsu backpack for that entire first 5 minutes. Mitch Ramirez came out, though. He was not deterred. He was trying to get after it. But those guys that carry all that muscle, and it's like that show muscle, right? They get tired fucking quick, boys. He did really well, and I was surprised that Mitch Ramirez wasn't super gassed at the beginning of the second round, but quickly faded, right? and it allowed Mike Davis to get back in his rhythm, kind of saved him a little bit. He started firing off that jab. He started firing off body shots, and bop, we got a flying knee against the fence, and that was all she wrote. Beautiful work by Mike Davis. I'm not super high on him, though. The way he looked at the beginning of that second round, any of these elite 55ers, if you put a guy who's fighting this coming Saturday in front of him in like a Daniel Zellhuber at the beginning of that second round, and you're tired and you're just trying to conserve the gas tank so you can get back to your techniques, you're fucked, bud. Mike Davis, you have every skill in the world. Mike Davis, you could potentially wear gold in the UFC. Yes, that's a bold take on my part, but I absolutely believe that. I think Mike Davis with the podcast, the Twitch stream, the wanting to game and do something else, and he's openly talked about that, cashing some checks and maybe trying to find money on the internet. Mike, if you're 100% in, man, then you're going to be a fan fucking favorite. But you showed a little bit of that half out of the game with your gas tank in the second round. So, yes, bask in your win. Get with your coaches and see if this is still something you want to do, because I don't want to see you run up into the 55-pound division near that top 15 now, because these motherfuckers, they come to get that gold.
Well said. George, on to you.
Man, Davis is kind of like a lightweight dark horse, man. I think he's one win away from a ranked opponent. Ramirez looked like he forgot how to check leg kicks, man, and paid the ultimate price for that. Lightweight division, watch out, because Davis might be coming for next.
Yes. Lightweight.
He got to get
division,
that.
watch out.
He's got to address that cardio. Tanner, I know that you know a lot about Mike Davis. We talked about him even before he got in the UFC. I think when we were all living together with Gip, we had this Mike Davis conversation about he was the next fucking thing. And he's named Beast Boys for a reason, guys, because when Mike Davis popped on the scene, that cardio wasn't in question. He could have started that second round and put it on Mitch Ramirez. So, Tanner, if I'm wrong, stop me. But I just think it looked a little sus for Mike Davis. It looked like he was cashing a check until Mitch got tired. Am I wrong?
I can see that.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that personally, but I can see it.
Okay.
I want to talk about this next one. That's what I want to do. So
Yes,
next up, heavyweight, Walter Walker defeating Kennedy and Chukwu via heel hook in round one. First off, Walter needs to watch himself, because at the start of the fight, he just lowered his head and ran at Kennedy. I mean, like he was trying to spear him or something, but in slow-mo. You can't do that, because of the man that fought on the main on the main fight of this card. You can't do that. Look what he did to Curtis Blades when Blades did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut him off, and he was hunched over for a whole second before he just fell. No.
John Jones made him a meme after that.
Yeah, no. Watch that, Walter. Outside of that, awesome. Loved it. It was great. He got to Kennedy's back, had a tight waist, and then create a little bit of space off that tight waist and just dropped into 50-50 and immediately scoops the heel and hooked that bitch. So that was awesome. Third heel hook in a row for Walter Walker as well. Cool to see. Heavyweights, watch out. Learn some leg lock defense. Don't let him near it. We got Will.
I'm going to shout out an Indiana legend in jiu-jitsu right now. He has a series on YouTube. He has a series. Is it on BJJ Fanatics? His name is James Klingerman. He is an OG from Indiana, Indiana Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy owner. It's called 50-50 Entries from Standing. And he put this out probably 2-3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Am I right? I don't want to reference that man wrong, because I see him a lot at tournaments. I'm not trying to get that smoke at all. But, dude, the only thing I saw when he rolled him away from that wall was, oh, my God, is that Klingerman standing 50-50 entry to backside 50? Okay. And that was beautiful. You know, so much work goes into wall work. And Walter Walker is changing the game for these heavyweights because when you
Mhm.
get a guy with that grip around the waist and you're fighting the hands, that's what you're supposed to do for so long. Tell me if I'm wrong, Tanner. And grappling our whole lives.
No.
Once
You're
you get
right.
to the fence, you fight the hands. So he was doing everything technically right. I was like, here we go. Walter's about to get fucking slept. And Walter said, aha. As soon as he grabs my wrist, I'm going backside 50-50 and putting this guy out for months. And
I
I don't
knew
know
he was
how.
gonna do something tricky when so initially he hooked around with that tight waist. He like wrapped the leg, right?
Yeah.
And then he let go of that and made space, and I was like, "Oh no, something's coming." I didn't
Yeah.
expect it to be that, but it was really nice.
I think Kennedy had like an adrenaline surge because at the end of the fight he was saying, "I'm fine" to Walter. And if he is, his ligaments are freakish. But Walter had that fucking heel pointed 90 degrees, bud,
Uh-uh.
and it was so gross, dude. It was so gross. I immediately reached out to Tanner. I was like, "Is that shit shattered?" Because I'm pretty sure that's shattered.
Oof, it was rough, that's for sure. Tell us your thoughts, George.
Oh man, like you said, he can't charge like Marvel Rhino. It's not that kind of a game. But these heel hooks, man, they're like straight up illegal in 48 states. Kennedy, man, you got caught sleeping. Thinking he could stand and bang with the grappler, dude. Heavyweight division, you've been warned. This Brazilian is a problem on the ground. You better make sure you're doing calf stretches. You better not be skipping leg day. And you better not be skipping your anti-grappling and your wrestling, sparring, and all that shit. You need the whole shebang going against this kid. And like you said, don't let him get a hold of that leg because it's, tap or snap. And how early do you tap? Because it looks like he
Immediately.
sinks it in so fast.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it's.
He
I mean,
he scooped that heel instantly. It was very nice. Like so he dropped in and dropped so low that he could scoop that. And then all he had to do was get a little bit of a bridge to get him to lift off that foot.
right.
It was
And
nice.
if there's a heavyweight that maybe draws Walter Walker next in their next fight, maybe make a trip over to North Carolina and train at 50-50 Academy with our boy Ryan Hall because you could strengthen that shit all you want, but if you don't know how to get the fuck out of 50-50, you hit.
Also, heel hooks are like a direct design from Chancellor Palpatine, I believe. So that's why they're so evil. But next up at 125 in the women's division, Edarda Mora defeated Lauren Murphy as planned. As the script read, Lauren Murphy lost that one.
Yeah.
You got anything on that one?
I think that we should just take this time to give Lauren Murphy flowers. How many times have we seen, and especially the ladies?
Yes.
I think the UFC has some type of fucking vendetta. If they don't schedule your retirement for you, then they're just like, oh, you want to retire, huh? Well, here's this murderer, because how many times have we seen that lately? It's been just an onslaught of our favorite fighters. We're trying to retire Anthony fucking Smith, and you kill him in Kansas City, but never mind. Lauren Murphy goes out there and she fights a hard 3-round fight. She makes it the whole time. She gives herself flowers at the end because a lot of people won't, and she did help pave the way. 41 years old. She's one of the longest tenured female MMA fighters in the game, and you have to imagine in her 20s and her teens when she was grappling, she was trying to get in anywhere to compete. People were saying that women's MMA would never make it, and she stuck it out, and she's a success story. And thank you, Lauren Murphy, for everything you've given to MMA.
Yeah. She was fighting before a lot of fans were alive.
Yeah.
So
right. When we used to watch fights at fairgrounds and they were outside and they had to shut the bitch down when the cops showed up, that's how long Lauren Murphy's been doing MMA.
She's been a pro since 2010, and she was fighting amateur before then. So, she's been a pro for 15 years.
We were in high school at some point while she was fighting.
Yeah. Yep. George, anything on Lauren Murphy?
Hey, Mora's stock's rising, but let's be real, man. Murphy looked like she was, kind of fighting with one foot out the door. I mean, that's a long time to be in the game. Um, so with that being said, I would say that the flyweights do have a new contender, but I don't think she can hang with the top dogs yet. And I feel like I agree. I feel like that's kind of shitty that they keep doing that to these ladies. If the division has that much depth in it and you've got so many fighters that are a little bit longer in the tooth, then why don't you schedule those girls to fight each other? Have two vets go
Yes.
at it. Don't, what I mean?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah, well
it's not
said.
it's not just the women's division, like Will pointed out. They
Yeah,
just
Yeah.
do
Anthony.
it's after you've been in for so long and you built up a resume, they backpack off of you.
Yeah.
They're going to try
Yes.
and boost this Mora girl out of this, right?
Look
I
at
mean
Michael Chandler, dude. Like, I feel like they hate him. Here you go.
that
Have a murderer for dinner.
They love making Scott Coker cry.
they love making
So
Scott
that's the
Coker.
only thing that Dana loves more than cashing those massive checks is if he could cash a massive check and make Scott Coker cry in the same night. When Pitbull went down, bud, oh fuck.
The way I look
Oh.
at Scott Coker and Dana White is very much how I looked at Eric Bishop and Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
It's the Monday Night Wars.
There's
But
no difference.
there's no war anymore. He's already bought WCW and he's just like fucking, kicking rocks in his
He's
face every
warring with
card.
himself. Yes. Oh,
Did you see what I put on there? Did you see what I put on there, Hunter? Did you see that? See that, Joel? Did you guys see it? Oh yeah, you see it.
okay. Next up, 170. Jake Matthews choking out Chitty Bang Bang in the first round with a rear naked choke. It's a beautiful foot sweep. And then he got the short choke style, almost Severance style, but instead of going like palm to palm on it, he was actually grabbing his wrists. And I like the way that he gripped it initially. He came over top, grabbed the choking arm, and then swam through. And I don't know. It seemed to work really well for him. I don't think it would work well for me. I'm not that strong, but he seems very strong and made it work. So it was pretty neat. What do you got on it, Will?
Well, I think it was also so powerful because Tanner, you and I have these freakishly long fucking pterodactyl arms. So we might not be able to pull that fulcrum point off. Like Habib. Habib's the GOAT, bro. Like one of the GOATs. I'm sorry. But
Islam's
yes,
short.
right. Those
Yeah.
little jacked little man arms with all that muscle. Dude, I had
Yeah.
never been so happy to lose $400 in my life. George was in the garage with me. He's strangling him. I'm like, no, there goes all my bets. And then he got the tap. And I was like, fuck yeah, Jake Matthews got the tap. Dude, Jake Matthews with that short choke, like you said, man, and you know better than anyone how much of a grappling nerd I've become over the years. I used to be just a guy who walk in there and tell people my favorite takedown was a straight right hand, and now I just absolutely love grappling. So to see Jake Matthews, Chitty lit him up with the body kicks to start that fight, did he not? It sounded like somebody chopping fucking wood. It was ouchie town. Jake said, you know what? I'm going to get in the clinch with you because I'm really good at these trips. And it was fucking beautiful, was it not? That inside Muay Thai trip. Oh
It
my
was
God.
so
He
beautiful.
didn't miss a beat on it. He set it up and went right to it. Bam. Shuck the hook, went right to the back, threw the short choke in, said, you know what, dude? I don't even have to fucking fight for this rear naked choke. You're dead now. Great fight, Jake Matthews. Thanks
It was
for
nice.
kicking my parlay in the nuts. You and Junior Tafa for a bad reason, you for a good reason.
I don't
Ruined
want
my
to talk
damn.
about Tafa because he
Damn it.
was the start of my wrong.
Listen,
I got
man,
I got everything right up to Tafa.
those two.
I
Those
didn't
two.
get Tafa and I didn't get Nate.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, actually, I thought it was a pretty good one, to be honest. What do you got on Jake Matthews, George?
Matthews is low key building a case, man, for a top 15 fight. But Cheaty, man, your defense was real sloppy, man. You can't get caught that easily and expect to climb the rankings. Matthews,
those
keep that
kicks,
submission game tight, man. You're going places.
Those kicks though from Chitty, man. Yeesh.
Someone in
Those-
his corner was like, "Don't let him grab you." He was like, "Heard ya."
Man, they were
Shit.
terrifying. Okay, moving up to the next fight, the featured prelim. Another bout at 170, where Chris Curtis gets the split decision over Max Griffin. Break it down, Will.
Oh man, Chris Curtis, I thought he was going to lose another fight, and I thought it was crazy because he came down to a guy that's actually the same size as him after fighting giants. But I think a lot of credit needs to go to Max Griffin. Max Griffin came in and fought his ass off. Chris Curtis has great movement, great boxing, but I don't know. Chris looked like I don't know what changed him. He looked like he's scared to pull the trigger almost in recourse. Max Griffin doesn't have Brendan Allen wrestling. So I thought that Chris Curtis was going to come out and just swing and bang, and Mata actually got him out of there. But it was one of those like two guys that are out of their primes kind of having a little back and forth. Chris Curtis was showboating a little bit. I felt like Max might have won the split when they were calling the decision, honestly, and I picked Chris Curtis to do bad things to him. So surprised by Max Griffin and worried for Chris Curtis.
That's fair. We got George.
Curtis at welterweight, man's a vibe, but this split decision was pretty shady, man. I think Griffin got robbed, and I'm not afraid to say it. Curtis needs to finish fights if he wants to make waves at 170. Meanwhile, Griffin's got to be fuming, man. I think he might say, "Hey, let's run that back. Let's do a
He might
round
have
two."
done it. He might have got him, George. You might be right, dude. I didn't know. When they were reading the decision, I was like, fuck, that could go either way. Because of the damage that Max put on him in the first, Max definitely won the first. And then the weird the weird exchanges in the third, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, but at least the judges weren't as bad as they were on the boxing. Good lord.
Oh, well, if we talk about that, everybody's going to be salty at Coach Will. So hold your popcorn.
We'll get there. Starting out the main card at light heavyweight, we had Tuco Tucos beating Junior Tafa round 2 via arm triangle or head and arm choke, whatever you want to call it. I'll be honest, I wasn't super impressed with Tuco Tucos. So Tuco was like telegraphing that he was looking for the head and arm choke. He was putting his head underneath the arm, trying to drive it up, right? And then he gets out of position, and then Tafa, like a dumbass, brought his own arm across
For him.
So like Tuco didn't even set this up himself. And he was struggling with Tafa up to that point. I mean, Tafa was doing a good job shutting stuff down for a while, until he wasn't. But Tafa really has to work on that grappling if he's going to continue fighting. This is a major deficit. We've seen it before. We got heel hooked by somebody else that we saw tonight. Just wasn't super impressed with Tuco. He got cracked by Tafa a bunch on the stand-up and went to wrestle him and was struggling in the wrestling. Once he got him down, he was just struggling to do what he wanted with him until Tafa gave him exactly what he wanted. So, I don't know. We'll see more, though. What do you got, Will?
I think that the Tafa brothers just train out of that same kickboxing gym that they found all that success in kickboxing at. I mean, all those MMA gyms now with the freestyle MMA with Volk, city kickboxing with Izzy. I'm forgetting Quinlan Salicad's sister gym for freestyle fighting over there. But MMA in Australia and New Zealand, where the Tafa brothers are, has exploded. There's no excuse to have shit grappling.
Oh,
Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski and Robert Whitaker, they all have something in common, and that's they could knock you the fuck out, but they can also stay off the floor, right? Sometimes they don't. 90% of the time they do, right? Look at Volk against Islam in their first fight. You can find grappling answers to the questions you have where you are. And what let me down so much, I was so mad, Tanner, when somebody has you against the fence and they have their hands locked under your butt. The last thing I want you to do as your coach is to try and fucking elbow them. As soon as your hands come off that athlete's arms, he's going to take you in the direction of the first hand that leaves your defense. Does that make sense? The guy is going to grab you and either pull you chest to pummel underhooks and spin you against the fence, or he should shove the head down and defend the takedown. It's mixed martial arts, guys, not punch them until they're dead. I don't think that the Tafa brothers understand that. I don't think we're going to see Justin back, honestly. And I don't think that they'll bring Junior back unless they have some kind of young fucking monster, like you were saying, that they're going to piggyback off him, because it's too late in the game for him to pick up grappling. The best thing that Israel Adesanya ever did was told Dana White no the first time Dana White asked him to come to the UFC. Why did he tell him no? He wasn't ready to defend the grappling of the elite level guys in the UFC, and he was honest and humble with himself, and he took another year or two to develop that game. Somebody should have gotten Junior Tafa's ear and been like, maybe we should, how to defend a fucking single leg before you go to the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got on that.
No, I feel that. I feel that very much. Yeah. Yeah. So it seems like you had the same sentiment where Tuco didn't impress you.
No,
disappointed.
I think I could. Listen, I've put my foot in my mouth before, but I don't think that Tuco's fucking mount game is as good as my mount game, and I'm not the best guy I even know. Tanner's way better than me in that situation. I think my mount's better than Tuco's. I would think I would have armbarred him on the way up when in the first round when he was reaching over the head the first time, but I digress.
Was fighting out of Kill Cliff in Florida, so I mean we can go down there and we can.
I would love to get beat up by that guy on camera. I'm humble.
Yes. He's a big guy too.
He's so big, dude.
Yeah. Oof. George, what do you got on this one?
Man, Tuco just pulled a hold my beer on Tafa's knockout hype. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say light heavyweight's got a new contender because, like I said, yeah.
But
Next, just poop.
Yeah, moving on to the next fight. I will call this fight the glitch in the Matrix. All right. So last night I was at the WWE event in Atlanta. It was Bill Goldberg's last match. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched that soap opera yet, the episode last night, but he lost via rear naked choke. He went to sleep, right? At the same time as this fight, the same exact time that this was happening, that happened in real life. I was blown away. Anyways, glitch in the Matrix. Vitor Petrino.
He lost to Gunther.
Yes, he lost to Gunther. So many drunk people yelling, "Fuck Gunther!"
I love
should
it.
have heard him on Ian Gary in Kansas City. Holy shit!
I know what they're chanting.
Yeah, you do.
It rhymes with fuck.
Oh shit.
Anyways, bout number 8, the glitch in the Matrix. Vitor Petrino, heavyweight, submits Austin Lane via rear naked choke. Austin Lane went to throw a kick. Vitor Petrino caught the kick and then chopped the other leg with his leg, swept him. It was really clean. From there, he just cooked him until he got to Austin's back permanently, and then got the choke. It was very well done, and it was a real rear naked choke, which was nice to watch. Um, Gosh, what'd you think?
Well, I think it comes down to exactly what we talked about last week with this fight. Vitor Petrino's been training MMA longer than Austin Lane has even known what the fuck MMA was, right?
Yep.
Austin Lane's taken a ton of fights in a short time, so he has a really nice record for a guy with a short career like he has. But we also said, what's his path to victory? Is he going to get in close and throw heat on him? No. Vitor Petrino's game plan was, hey, the first time he throws a kick, we're going to take him down. Also, adversely, terrible game planning on Austin Lane's corner side, because if you're fighting a guy who can grapple fuck you in MMA, you box and sprawl. It's called sprawl and brawl. You don't kick them. What happens if you kick them, Tanner? They have something to fucking grab and close the distance. That's exactly what Petrino did. And as soon as he was down, it was all elementary after that. It was just done. Austin Lane doesn't have the jiu-jitsu. I think, you know what? Let's get Austin Lane back down to 205 and Justin Tafa fight him. Winner or loser retires. Winner also retires. That's what we should do next.
Okay, I'm here for it. George, what you got on this one?
Petrino at heavyweight's like letting a grizzly bear into a petting zoo. Austin got manhandled, and I'm questioning if he's UFC material as well. Petrino's move to heavyweight might just shake up that division.
Well,
Man,
Excuse me.
yes. Austin Lane's late to the game. I want to see. Okay, here's something I forgot. Remember when I was talking about last week that he was going to come in massive because he was like struggling at 205? 253 fucking pounds is what Vitor Petrino weighed in at. Boys, no wonder he was fucking chinny.
That's crazy. 45-pound
Jesus.
weight cut is insane. Well, I mean,
What?
he probably wasn't walking around at 250 before.
Sure, but you know it was 230, bro.
Yeah.
He looked
Oh,
like
yeah.
he looked like Killmonger's right-hand man.
He looked healthy. That's for that boy's eating his steaks. all
Horse
right?
meat.
Yeah, horse meat. Yeah. I gotta say, so next bout, one fight of the night.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely.
I was upset because I wanted the Train to win, but it was a great fight to watch. It was very exciting, very back and forth. Unfortunately, there was an incident, a bit of a derailment that caused a train wreck, where Morgan
left hook?
Charrier Morgan Charrier ran out at the start of the third round and just stopped Nate Landwehr. That one fight of the night, it was a 50K bonus to each fighter. I forgot to mention earlier that Vitaly Walker got a 50K bonus for submission of the night, and Fatima Klein got a 50K bonus. Obviously,
She should have.
Yes, obviously. Anyways, this was at 145. Charrier and Landwehr both looked good. Charrier got the dub. What do you got on that one?
I think that Charrier came out in the third round guns blazing because he thought his coaches thought exactly what I thought, and he was losing 2 rounds.
I had no clue.
I thought that Nate was winning, and I had money on Nate because of the dog status, and I thought, Morgan had to make it pretty. Nate had to make it a bloodbath, right? And Nate was starting to make it a bloodbath. It was starting to go his way. Charrier in the corner between the second and third, his coach is like, look, man, you got to let your hands fucking go because he doesn't respect you anymore. He's about to make this real bad, and we're about to see that gas tank get affected. And what did Morgan, the last pirate, Charrier, do? He ran over there and put fucking 18 on him and dropped him. Shit was crazy.
Dropped him like 2-3 times.
Oh, I know. It ruined the rest of my little big money parlays. Although Derek Lewis came through for me at the end of the night. We'll talk about that when we get there. But, dude, Charrier ran in and just put his fucking lights out in the third. I thought Nate was going to get him there.
How drunk were you when you made the Derek Lewis bet?
So mad, dude. I had a $12 bet that was online to hit every pick on the card because I did an alternate pick against someone earlier that ended up losing. I didn't think it was going to lose. Anyway, it would have cashed for like 4 G's, right? And I was like, oh my God, Nate Landwehr's going to go fucking do it. And then the rest of the card I had picked actually hit after that, right? Like Bonfim won. And then Derek Lewis ended up winning. So had Landwehr won, dude, I would have been way more drunk than I was. But oh my God, I fucking hit the tequila pretty hard after old Landwehr hit the
Figured.
ground. So I'll tell you about the betting process at the end there. It's a funny little story. But yeah, dude. Yeah.
Oh, George.
Man, how's that song go? I got egg on my face when I talk shit about you, but I love it. Yeah. The Weeknd came out there and fucking blasted Nate Landwehr in the third to take that. And you know what? I'm happy I was wrong. Fuck it. I am, you know what? Good for you, bro. Good win. Keep that shit up.
The Frenchman came to fight.
Yes.
All right. Next up at 145, Steve Garcia puts it on Calvin Cater and gets a unanimous decision. What do you got, Will?
Last week I said it's another case where a guy is skyrocketing in the
Yep.
rankings and he's on fire and in rhythm, and Calvin Cater's going the other way, and that's how I kind of picked it. But in my heart, I really wanted Calvin Cater to do something. He's even with Faraz Sahabi now, man. And I just think Calvin Cater, if you can't win with Faraz Sahabi in your corner, you can't fucking win.
No.
It's time. It is time,
Yep.
Calvin. We love you. Thank you for everything you've given to the sport. But if you can't go to TriStar and get a dub with all those freaking perennial champions and other organizations and other styles of martial arts, you can't train with them and come beat this guy, Steve Garcia, then I'm sorry, Calvin. You know, so Steve Garcia did what the fuck he had to do. He made it ugly. Calvin had some little flashes of brilliance in there, but nothing like his former self. I want to see somebody fraud check Steve Garcia. I think it's gonna happen. I think Steve's gonna run into like featherweight. Chepe Matascal would fuck up Steve Garcia. I would put a large amount of money on that.
How much?
Probably like a hundo or more.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. What you
No,
got,
George?
George?
Oh, yes.
No, we can move on.
Oh, no. Okay.
Dismissed.
All right. Oh, next up, 170.
Yeah,
Gabriel
absolutely
Bonfim.
correct. What's his name?
Gabriel Bonfim defeats Stephen Wonderboy Thompson via split decision.
Sorry, Tanner. We had JJ commented on the podcast saying Steve Garcia made it so awkward that it made it hard for anybody. And he's absolutely right, JJ. This is JJ. You're the first guy to ever comment when we're live, so I'm sorry to cut off my fucking homie. I'm gonna pay for that at an open mat, but don't worry. If he spars me, I'm gonna get that ass. Anyway, JJ, Steve Garcia did exactly that. He made it super awkward. How many guys have we seen in MMA? Remember, that brings me back to Cowboy Cerrone
September 27th.
and Nate Diaz. Okay. Nate Diaz made that fight so fucking awkward with the boxing that Cowboy Cerrone was baffled in there and confused him. Is Steve Garcia Nate Diaz? Fuck no. But that is exactly what he did. And it's nice to have a non-fucking casual comment on our stuff. Continue, Tanner.
All right. Just Gabriel Bonfim defeating my boy Wonderboy via split decision. This one hurt to pick, and I think it was a close one. I think, and Wonderboy, love you, bud. Yep. He split his shin. He got kick checked, split his shin open, and then kicked Bonfim in the face with it.
Like a fucking G.
Yes. Oh man, Wonderboy. Yeah, he said he was taking a break, right?
I don't know, man. I was
Little
pissed because I
break.
thought he won.
Yeah. At this point, they're just looking to do like we've been saying. They're looking to do exactly what we've been saying, and they got two good ones out of him the last time he came out. So they're looking for another one. They're looking to build somebody off of him. Look at who they built off of him the last two times: Shavkat Rachmanov and Joaquin Buckley.
That's facts.
Right? So I don't know. I think he needs to step away entirely. He's had a fantastic career. He had a fantastic kickboxing career. He's had a fantastic MMA career. I mean, put him up. Call it. You've done everything. You've got millions of fans. Everybody loves you and respects you. Just don't get Buckleyed again, please. We got George or Will, as I was.
I thought that Bonfim lost, man. I thought the third round Bonfim was in straight desperation mode and all he could do was fucking hug Wonder Boy. I thought Wonder Boy was fighting brilliant. I thought he did what he had to do. He was moving. He was avoiding the bad situations of being completely on the ground. He was avoiding the back takes of Bonfim. He got to his feet and he did damage. I mean, the only guy that got wobbled the entire time was Bonfim, and it was in the first and the third. The only person who was sniffing crotches because he was compromised was Bonfim. I didn't think it was fair to Stephen Thompson. I think that it would have been awesome to see Stephen get his hand raised and then lay him down like you're saying. I don't want to see him get buckled again. I love that guy.
Can't call it getting Buckley. We got to
Yeah.
figure something else out.
Yeah. The only fight I would consider to even tune in for Wonder Boy is a guy who's been gone for a while and he keeps reaching out to Dana for fights and he says he wants to come back and get one in. Cowboy Cerrone at 170. If you got to get it in,
Cowboy.
listen, you retired, big dog. I don't want to see Wonder Boy. I don't want to see Wonder Boy get lit up and get out of there. I want to see you two fight on the White House lawn and both y'all retire afterwards and never, ever, ever, ever put those 4-ounce gloves on again.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Right? Never again, though. That's the clause in the contract. Never again. Either one of you motherfuckers. Never, ever, 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 ever.
The Cowboy fan in me hated you for a moment. All right.
Yes, I will.
George, how
Okay.
heartbroken are you?
I'm not really heartbroken, but again, we talked about this earlier. This is bullshit. And I really feel like that Wonder Boy won this fight, and JJ also commented back in and said, yeah, he did too. If you got on X whenever that decision was read, it blew up, and there were a lot of people screaming, what the hell? I agree with you guys, though. I think it's time, what are you chasing at 42?
Love.
Even
He
even
loves
if
it.
It's
even
the
if
love
you
of the game.
But I'm saying, even if you did get a chance at a title shot, I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, the likelihood of him getting a title shot is very slim, and the likelihood of him winning a title at this point is
No,
I don't even know what to call it.
no disrespect
no,
though to
it's
him
no.
either. I mean, it's just
He's
you
one of my
don't,
favorite fighters
you
of all
know,
time.
it's like your favorite football player, whenever they play a couple seasons too long and you hate it. You go out there expecting them, they just don't got it anymore. That's all it is.
You know how many times I've gotten drunk and watched The Pick of Destiny? Or all right, Wonder Boy's my dude.
Yeah, we've done that. We've done that so many times.
Quite a bit. Yes. All right, moving on. The main event. Derek Lewis winning by KO in the first round against Taliesin Teixeira at heavyweight. I'm gonna say it. I think it was early. I think it was an early stoppage. He got up. He stood all the way up, man. And then Jason Herzog jumps in. What? Look, I think it's egregious sometimes when they're on their way up and they're still eating him. He wasn't even eating him anymore. He got up. He got up and there was distance, and then Herzog stepped in. What are you doing? Come on.
Yeah.
You got to let the guy who's undefeated kind of, if he makes it back to his feet, see where he goes. Right? He's facing adversity now. See how he does with it. But whatever. That's all I got on that one. I love seeing Derek Lewis fight. I like watching his knockouts, and man, he cracked him. Shit. Good Lord. He did. But Towson got back up. Towson ate the shit somehow.
Dude,
he's built like that. Look at a picture of him.
Dude,
right?
you know what happened?
How many brain cells is he already missing?
Dude, if you know what Taliesin heard when he got hit, the didgeridoo, it was going wow 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 wow. Like that's what happened whenever he connected with that punch. Will, what you got, sir, about this one?
Yes.
Man, I hear your argument, Tanner, and I offer you this scoreboard. Fuck you, Derek Lewis. Takes
No.
Dude,
I'm with you.
Look,
Nailed it.
I don't like Taliesin Teixeira too much, man. He was a cocksucker at the weigh-in, dude. He was like taunting him and shit like that. Everyone picked you to win, Taliesin. I picked you to win. But when you go out there and you're a dickhead and you get this like arrogant shit on you, and a guy like Derek Lewis, who's my homie, my Texas boy, my brethren, the baddest blue belt in Texas, comes out and he hits you with the "oh my eye" and then puts you on your ass. That's on you, dingus. You did that. Don't run in there. That's your fault.
It's Herb Dean's fault.
I think Jason Herzog also had fucking money on Derek Lewis, but I'm going scoreboard. And the quote after the fight, "What do you want next? I've been gone for 2 weeks. I want my wife next with her fine ass." That's my boy. Fuck it. Fuck the politics. Anything else. I'm going with Derek Lewis. That was the coolest shit I think I've seen from him since the original My Balls Was Hot. He hit every emote. Derek Lewis looks like Tanner when he kills someone on Fortnite. You're like, Tanner, there's more dudes. Stop dancing on that guy. Shit. But
spraying his chalk outline.
I digress, dude. It was so awesome. Yes, he might have got a little early. Taliesin might have an argument, but we're living in that moment. Good job, Derek Lewis.
We got George.
Man, this was probably one of my most favorite fights that I've seen in recent memory, probably in the past year. And Derek Lewis has a special place, with me for being a big guy. Like, I love it when I see the big unathletic dudes that are just fucking throwing hammers. Like a guy that has no business being in there. Look at Big Country, Roy Nelson, overhand rights for fucking days. I love it. But the backstory going with it too. Look at how much his cardio in and how much more serious he's taking it. How can a dude that's 260 run 6 miles a day? That's a different Derek Lewis. That's not eating hot wings and Popeyes and shit and smashing before weigh-in. Like, that's okay. This shit's for real. Then to find out that their coaches got into it and they were talking shit about him, and he backed it up. That's what I loved about the whole thing. Derek Lewis was like, "Hey, you know what? You want to talk shit? I'm going to show you what happens when you write a check your dumb ass can't cash." My left hand, bitch. It was beautiful. I'm here for it. The celebration afterwards, marking his territory, they earned all that disrespect. That's one of my favorite quotes. People say, you have to earn respect. Well, you know what? Disrespect is earned too. I can't wait to see him fight on the White House lawn. And shout out to that. How crazy is it? A sport that was condemned for barbarism and couldn't even get local play is now going to be hosted on the White House lawn.
Man.
For fight fans, there's nothing greater than that. That's the biggest, that makes me want to light up a Lucky Strike with no filter and just say America. Pour myself a glass of whiskey.
Okay, so that
Man,
is the Lewis.
To your credit, George, to to the coaches talking shit thing.
Hey,
Oh, sorry,
remember when
Tanner,
you
just one
guys
second
fought?
here.
Remember when you
If
guys fought and
I
you,
will only
left
have
that
3
card?
minutes. Yeah. So if there's only 3 men in my corner, if I ever enter the cage again, which is not off the table, and that is one of those guys is right here on the podcast, Tanner Dunphy, Justin Gibson, and Coach Mo Amin. And if anybody ever, I'm gonna try not to get too mad right now, just thinking about that situation. If anybody ever thought that they would walk over there and talk shit to one of those motherfuckers ever in the situation that we're about to fight, Derek Lewis is a bigger man than me because I would have pulled a full fucking Habib on him and left that fence as soon as I smoked their boy. Continue, Tanner.
Oh, Chafio.
Chafio, yeah.
For sure. Okay, let's talk about next weekend for a moment. Actually, no. You know what? I want to hold off. I want to wait. Because
Okay.
good Lord. Let's talk about the boxing fights real quick. Let's talk about first off, there was 4 fights on this. It was an all women's card. So there was more than 4. There was a prelim set, but we're not even they didn't air it. So we're not gonna talk about it. All right. Didn't happen. But starting off the night, Ellie Scottney defeated Yamelth Mercado to unify the belts.
There we go. Unanimized.
Yes, unanimous. I was thinking unanimous decision because she beat
Keep
her
up.
via
Keep up,
unanimous
Anonymous.
decision. It was a very straightforward fight. She beat her ass. It was clear. The next one though, bit of a problem. Shadisha Green defeating Savannah Marshall via split decision. That one a little close. What you got? Anything on that one or the first one?
Here's what I think about overall the card. A Baumgardner fight. This is crazy. Okay, the Baumgardner fight, was it the Baumgardner fight where they called? No, it wasn't. It was the next fight where they called old girl. They called the fight because he didn't like the way her legs were reacting to getting hit. Am I correct in that? Because I want to be correct in it when I talk about it.
No,
Which one was that?
I don't.
There was a fight, and maybe it was on the prelims. One of these ladies was totally fine, totally coherent. The ref called the fight because he didn't like her legs when she got hit.
You talking about the first fight?
I
on the
believe so,
prelim?
yes. That shit was outlandish. The woman was completely there. She was absolutely cognitive. She had all of her faculties. That was crazy. This one with Green and Marshall. Early, I think it was like the 4th round. Guys, I don't know if you know this. In a boxing fight, you have 2 weapons, right and left hand. You can clinch to get off the ropes. You can clinch when you're being attacked because what the fuck else are you going to do? Are you going to shoot a double leg? No, the fuck you're not. So, like the 3rd or 4th round, the ref calls Green for holding, and Marshall is walking herself to this girl against the ropes. Takes a point. Then what? The 5th or 6th round, Green is landing heavy. She's starting to come back. And now Marshall is holding, more blatant than Green could have imagined to be earlier. But now this ref is caught in a situation where he can't take a point for Marshall. He's already got egg on his face. So we can't look like a circus and call it twice, and it should have never been called to begin with. I don't know who won that fight. Marshall was playing. Right, it is. And Marshall was landing from range. Her footwork was great. Green came back. She was an absolute dog. She fought in the shells. She started landing heavy shots. The ref stole what could have been a great fight that could have taken the whole night. They could have stole the show, guys.
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
a great fight. The ref fucked that. And then you have a promotion saying this is celebrating women. Guys, if that's what we're doing, we have the best damn refs we can hire. We have the best fucking judges we can get a hold of. And we do it right by these ladies. This is coming from a dad of 2, 3 daughters, right? I have a 12-year-old, I have a 19-month-old and I have a 1-month-old. My 19-month-old and my 12-year-old go to jiu-jitsu and kickboxing with me nearly every class. This is close to my heart. I don't want you guys out here saying this is for all women and then you go get the fucking bottom of the barrel refs and judges. Do
Fuck somebody
better.
over.
Do
Yes.
fucking better. That's
Yes.
all I have to say about the entirety of the card. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, thank you for everything you've given to women's
Yes.
boxing. You guys are phenomenal. That fight was great. I think the winner was adjudicated and it was correct, but I don't even want to speak on this because it was such a fucking disgrace to these women and every other woman that's going to be celebrated on any kind of all women's card. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. I agree 100%. The point shouldn't have been taken, but with the point being taken, I feel like it should have been 100% Savannah Marshall.
Absolutely.
that.
That's what makes it even more of a mockery, my guy. You're absolutely
Yes.
right.
So it's fuckery. There's some fuckery afoot, as always in boxing. We know boxing was ran by the mafia for years. Boxing has been one of the most corrupt sports ever. So, George, you got anything to add on that before I run through the rest of the results on it?
Basically, I mean, I just agree with you guys, and I feel like this was nothing more than a cash grab. That's all that this whole entire promotion has become, and that's all that the guy running it appears to be.
Well,
I
Jake
don't-
Paul's one of the owners, so yeah.
I imagine he whispered down via headset, "No, they're the dog. Let's not give them, whatever." It just felt like your typical Don King history repeating type of card, and it's a shame that it happened to the ladies too. Not that it shouldn't happen to anyone, but you know what I mean? That just sucks for them too.
Yeah, it does.
But that's all I got on that.
Okay, I will run through the rest of these results. Alicia Baumgartner defeated Jennifer Miranda via unanimous decision, and Katie Taylor defeated Amanda Serrano for the third time via majority decision. It was a good fight. It was a close fight. I think Katie won this one a lot better. I feel a lot better about this one than I did the last one. Serrano got robbed that last one and headbutted over and over again. Intentionally. Yeah. So
yeah, I don't want to sound too much like a Homer or a Scrooge or a guy who doesn't appreciate them. I'm so mad for them. I hope that comes across correctly. I'm so upset for them. Those ladies deserve to have they deserve to be set up with generational wealth for everything they've given. So
absolutely. All right. Next up, I really want to save the best for last. So we're gonna slide that 318 over just a little bit.
Oh,
And we're gonna talk about PFL Africa, Cape Town, 2025. The same night as UFC 318, July 19th.
it's only 5 fights, right? That's all I'm seeing on my.
Well, we're gonna talk about the five
five?
fight main card. Yes. We're not going to talk about the rest of it. It is a good card, but on everything outside of the main card is kind of newer fighters with very, very limited fight history. So starting off the main card is a bout at 145 where you have AJ McKee coming down from 55 to fight Ahmed Magomedov, who is a monster, 11-1, just an absolute terror. Two wins by knockout, 5 by submission, 4 decisions. He got a rear naked choke in his last round of the PFL Championship Series back in January. So that's going to be a good one. AJ McKee is no slouch. If you've followed Bellator at all, you would know that AJ McKee is an absolute animal. Beat Patrici Pitbull before. Had a really tough fight with Paul Hughes last year in PFL after beating Clay Collard. So that's going to be a banger. And then
I was more excited for him than Patchy Mix. Sorry, you could continue.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, comparatively, I really wanted to see AJ McKee over Patchy Mix in the UFC. Continue.
Oh, I get it. Next up, this is a rough one. At 155,
back.
we have Makashirip Zyanukov fighting Takeshi Izumi. Zyanukov is from Russia. He's 16-4, and Izumi is from Japan, and he's 6-3. So it'll be a bit more experienced guy taking on a newer up and comer in Izumi. Next up at heavyweight, we have Corey Anderson going up from light heavyweight to fight Denis Goltsov at heavyweight. Goltsov's a stud. Corey Anderson's a stud. That's going to be a good one. Look for Corey Anderson to try and get this to the ground. He does not want to stand with Goltsov for too long. He also needs to watch himself when he gets this to the ground because Goltsov is a bit of a submission artist himself. All right, now moving on to
Goldsov's
the
36-8 too. 36-8. That's you cannot replace experience.
No. All right, moving on to the fight that will live in George's dreams for years to come. I know my boy. We've got Dakota Ditcheva fighting Sumiko Inaba at 125. Dakota Ditcheva is a stud. She's the cash cow currently for PFL in the women's division. She's 14-0. She's 12 wins by knockout, 1 by submission, 1 by decision. She is a beast out of American Top Team. And the woman she's fighting is no joke. She's the Lady Samurai. She's 8-1. 4 of those wins are by knockout. So this could be a good one. You know, I still expect Dakota to get it done, though. So,
you know who I see her training with all the time? Kayla Harrison.
Yeah. You know who's a problem?
That's all I'm going to say.
Kayla Harrison.
Because if you have Kayla Harrison grappling and Dakota Ditcheva striking, that's fucking not fair.
Yeah. All right.
Ditcheva by TKO in round 1, probably with a knee to the body.
Woo!
I don't think it'll be round 1. I don't see it round 1.
It might be. It might be round 1.
It could.
It might be round 1.
It very well could.
It might be round 1.
Look,
first time they come together, it could be.
Yeah. No, you're right. Maybe. Also, I don't think it's gonna be to the body. I don't know why.
That elbows she's got's nasty.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. This is going to be a good one. The next one is going to be a banger as well. We've got Johnny Evlin taking on Castello Vanstinas for the Bellator middleweight championship, by the way. This is weird. The Bellator title is on the line in PFL.
Yay.
Yeah, weird. But Evlin was the Bellator middleweight champion. So... And I guess Bellator's not completely absolved, right? Like they've absolved them, but they haven't like completely said you're dead.
I think they're contractually agreed to promote them through a certain amount of time, and it's probably not just past that time yet.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. But it's going to be a good fight. Johnny Evlin.
It was cheaper than paying, making their own BMF belt. Just use the dead promos. There you go.
I think if Scott Coker and right now I'm jinxing my guy that I'm gonna pick too, just by saying Scott Coker. But I think Scott Coker, this was his last one. He was like, he's like, look, guys, you can take all my stuff, but at least let Johnny Evlin defend my belt because Johnny's a badass.
That's fair.
And that's facts because I got Johnny Eblen one-way traffic, and I think Johnny Eblen wins this belt. He cashes their $500,000 check. He says, ha, I'm going to go to the UFC. I'm going to debut against Brendan Allen. I'm going to beat the shit out of him. I'm going to immediately go to the top 5 and be in the top 3 for the next 4 or 5 years in the UFC.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, that is
that's fucking that.
Did you read the script?
I wrote the script. I'm Coach Will.
All right. So here's the thing. We have the UFC in the evening, but this event, the Cape Town event, starts at 10:30 a.m. Eastern.
I'm gonna watch it at work. I'm gonna watch it at
All
work.
right.
It's gonna be on my phone. I'm gonna watch it.
So get your fixins in all day next Saturday.
All night long.
Yes. You dancing all night long. All
Well, if
right.
there's one thing I'd like to make an amendment on, and that's the fixins. You're gonna have a lot of fixins. I'm gonna have so many fucking fixins. That's what Saturday is gonna be.
All right. Now it's time
Garage
to eat.
party at Coach Will's house. George will be there.
Yes.
Now it's time
I'm
to
kidding.
eat,
I don't know how
guys.
many fucking viewers we have, guys. I don't have that much space. All right.
No,
Text
no,
me
no.
first.
Go to his house. Go to his house. Go to his house, please.
Bring a fogger.
Don't if you value your chest without holes.
Hey, you know what I'm going to do right now, Tanner, before I just stop this whole thing? We're going to move on real quick. If you guys watch this show and you follow me on Facebook, first one to comment, I'll be there at your house party, gets one of my rash guards that's coming at the end of the month for free. I'll mail it to you. First one that says I'll be there.
I like it. I like it. All right. Let's talk about the last thing I want to talk
Woo!
about. UFC 318. Holloway versus Poirier 3. The Diamond's last match. Whew, let's get right into it. Starting off, we have a women's flyweight bout. Carly Judas and Nicole Kalari. I'm going Kalari.
Man, okay, so here's my thing. I was going to go Kalari as well. Judice has been elevating herself every single fight, man. And here's the thing that stands out to me. Nicole Kalari, 5'3". Carly Judice, 5'7". Absolute banger striker. I'm going to go with the money makers, with the odds makers. I'm going Carly Judice.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. All right. What do you got, George?
Man, I think being in New Orleans, Judice is going to be fighting with the power of gumbo in her veins. But Cagliari's got that I train with piranhas vibe. I think if Carly gets caught in a submission, she might, scream, hey, pass the hot sauce on her way out to tapping. But Judas by a unanimous decision, but only if she keeps it standing.
Okay. Okay, so I'm the only one going Kalari here.
Man, you know what? The odds makers have been beating my ass in women's MMA. I'm submitting. I'm going with them.
Okay. All right. So next up at 185,
Boo.
we have
This one's unanimous, I feel.
Yeah. I do too. We have the undefeated Jackson McVeigh taking on Bruno the Hulk Ferreira. I'm going Ferreira.
Yep. Fajeda early by finish. Listen, guys, in some of these cards, there's not a lot of room to make money when you're betting, right? The odds makers are getting pretty fucking good at that money line. So you got to kind of find a way to make some money. So we're going to throw like maybe 3 or 4 favorites on with Bruno Ferreira to win via knockout. Okay, that'll help your odds, guys. Go Bruno Ferreira knockout. Or you know what? DraftKings has just a finish tab because I feel like he might club and sub Jackson McVeigh.
Maybe. What do you got?
I would say if I was gonna do that, I would go Dakota, Bruno, Dan Ige.
Ooh, you can put PFL fighters with George. Cook it up for him, George Nova.
And I'm giving it to Dustin too. We're gonna go with the diamond. Smack that 5-legger. Put 20 on that bitch.
Ooh, I like it. All right. The next one. It's a heavyweight bout. And this is kind of a tough one. You got Lucas Brzeski fighting Ryan Superman Spann. I know you're probably going to go against me. I'm going Span. I
I'm not
think.
going against you.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. You tell me why, and I'll tell you if you're right or not.
I don't know. Send it down. Send it down.
Bresky's so fucking chinny, and Span needs it. That's where I'm at with it. Span can hit like a truck. He knocks dudes out with jabs. It's which Span fucking shows up. Is it Span that's on and he's ready to do the damn thing? Or is it Span that's going through the motions and trying to get a fucking paycheck? If Span shows up and he's ready to do the thing, Lucas Bresky's done in under a round.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. George?
Man, Ryan Span's nickname is Superman, but if he gasses out, he's gonna be more like Clark Kent after a shitty day at the Daily Planet. Bresky's built like a pierogi, man, with a pulse good. You know, I don't know. I'm gonna say Span by TKO in round 2, unless Bresky turns it into a wrestling snooze fest.
Okay. Okay. We all going Span.
Span, Superman.
Superman. And I don't think he's out wrestling Ryan Span.
I don't think so.
I just want to get that out right now. I
was going to keep that in my pocket, but yeah, I don't think so. Isn't Ryan Span like the master of the gilly?
Yeah.
Let me pull this shit up real quick. He's
Yeah.
got his submissions. It's
Asco Vince St. Preux.
an ass load of gillies, bud. Just so
Well,
many gillies.
Not just that, but the one guy who's so good at
At the
countering
Von
the
Flue?
guillotine with the Von Flue, he guillotined him.
He did. So yeah, Bresky, sure, shoot that shit, bud.
Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. All right. Next up, light heavyweight 205. We've got Jimmy Crute taking on Marcin Pacino. I got Jimmy Crute. Got to go with my boy Jimmy.
I'm going Jimmy Crute, but not all guns blazing Jimmy Crute. I'm a little hesitant, man. Sometimes you can't trust
Jimmy Crute looked really good the last time. I like what I saw out of him. He looked like he's trying to build a full game, and he's trying to be a complete fighter. And he's trying to make sure he doesn't put himself in danger. I like what I saw out of Jimmy Crute last time.
I've always been a big proponent for Jimmy Crute. It's just a trust thing, and it's him. He lives rent-free in his own head. I have never seen an opponent line up with Jimmy Crute that I thought Jimmy Crute was outgunned against. Honestly, he has every skill. He's a judo black belt. He's a jiu-jitsu brown belt. He's got absolute nuclear warheads in his hands. We hope he shows up. I hope Jimmy Crute shows up. I want to pick him with full confidence, but I'm picking him with like 75% confidence. He's retired once.
Yikes.
He just gets in his own head, but he is fighting a 36-year-old guy who gets hit a fucking lot. He gets hit so much. So I immediately was thinking dog against Jimmy Crute. And then I started looking at these statistics, and Marcin gets fucking tagged a lot. He has 4 knockout losses in his career, and it's not like TKOs. When he gets hit clean, he goes down. Jimmy Crute's fought, Alonzo Menafield twice, 2 times, man, and so many other big gunslingers. I think Jimmy Crute gets it done, but I would not be surprised if he quit on himself, and I hate to say that. But I'm going hesitantly Jimmy Crute.
Okay. What do you got, George?
Man, Marcin's striking is like a Polish cannon if he lands. But I think cumulative damage in this and just experience, I'm going to say Jimmy Crute by submission, unless Marcin catches him dreaming, because they are in New Orleans, and he's probably would be dreaming of that shrimp etouffee or maybe those beignets from Loretta's, because only the real ones know. Everyone's going to say Cafe Du Monde, but if you ever go to New Orleans, fuck Cafe Du Monde. Go find Loretta's. She has a little stand inside the open-air French market, and her actual brick-and-mortar store is a little drive off Bourbon Street. She has praline butter stuffed beignets, and if you're thinking about that instead of the fight, I understand, and that's what'll happen to you. You'll get fucking slept. Next fight.
Yes, next fight.
Beautiful, George. Beautifully said.
This one's I think a bit closer than it looks. You got Adam Fugit fighting Islam Dolatov at 170. I'm going with Dolatov.
Yes, I'm going with him as well, but don't
The
you know
boxing.
Adam
It's
Adam
the boxing
Fugit.
that got it for me.
Yeah, Adam Fugit's a dog, man.
Yeah.
He has a chance, but he's
I
gonna
think
have to.
if he wrestles, that's
Mhm.
his path to victory.
And his kickboxing from long range is effective. He has some really good shit, man. Adam Fugit's not.
Tear the
What's
legs
the?
up and wrestle him.
Let's see. I think it's a pick'em, right? The odds makers have it
Probably.
as a.
I don't
No,
know.
it's no. Adam Fugit's a plus 400.
Oh,
Yeah. So maybe, hey guys, maybe go dog hunting. Maybe don't put him in all your parlays. Maybe don't put him in your big bets where you pick
yeah.
the whole
I
card.
wouldn't.
Just maybe throw $10 on him as like a dog, and if he cashes, you'll be drinking for free.
See, I've got another one that I feel that way about, and
Okay.
we'll get to it. What do you got on this one, George?
Dulatov by unanimous wrestle fuck, unless something crazy
No.
happens.
Dulatov's
No,
a striker.
he's a boxer.
He's a striker.
Yes,
7 KOs in his career.
He had boxing matches.
I just wanted to say something instead of unanimous decision because I don't think it's gonna I don't know. I don't foresee a flash knockout or anything crazy.
I
That's all.
I do.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
I think Dulatov could put him out, no problem. But if Fu gets smart, he's gonna stay on the outside. He's gonna throw long kicks, teeps. He's gonna throw leg kicks. He's gonna eat up Dulatov's leg, and then he's gonna try to grapple him. Maybe some dirty clinch work.
He's not gonna
Um,
care about this fight because the next fight is the one I care about. This is
Oh
gonna
my
be good.
god! Yes. At 185, Ateba Gutierrez is fighting Robert Valentin. I think Rob Zilla is going to get cut down. I think Atemba is about to hurt that Viking. I got Gutierrez.
Here's my thing, man. Robert Valentin is
You
a
can
bad
keep your thing.
motherfucker. Ryan Loder and Torres Finney.
Yes.
It was the grappling that bothered him. Okay. Even with the Ryan Loder fight, it says TKO. Robert Valentin, his whole camp was fixed on grappling. Okay. This guy is going to come out and go toe to fucking toe with Robert Valentin. Yes, Atiba is a generational talent. Yes, he has absolute cannons in his hands. It could be early for Robert Valentin, but my dog lock of this card is Robert Valentin. I think he actually submits Atiba. I think he gets in there. He gets in a striking battle with Atiba. He makes Atiba believe that he's just going to go toe-to-toe with him for the whole fight, and whoop, sneaks in a little takedown there. Atiba's not so good on the ground. He hasn't been tested there very much. He's only 7-1 in his career, guys. He's lost a decision, and he's won everything by knockout. I don't think that he escapes without being on his back at least once against Robert Valentin, and I think that if he gets down there, it will sap every single ounce of energy, of gas he's got in the tank, and he won't want to do that again. And Robert Valentin is going to take over. He's probably going to strangle him. I that's my dog lock.
Okay. I think you're wrong. You're absolutely
It
wrong.
could be. Could be.
anyways,
could be.
What do you got? What do you got?
You don't want to
George?
be here next week with me if I'm right, though.
Gaudier by TKO in round 2.
Ooh.
Did you hear what I just did? You're going to shoot me in the face? Damn, boy.
No.
I'm trying to fork
all I'm
knife.
saying-
I have to be up by 4 a.m.
Will.
I'm trying to push through this.
I'll be there September 27th. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes,
But you're
sir.
leaving with something in a bag.
Yeah, your leg.
I hope not. I gotta fucking work.
Okay, so this is the fight that I was talking about earlier. I think this one is sneaky close, and I think it could go opposite of what I'm picking. I feel weird about it. I'm going Prado, but I feel like Nikolai might get this one. This is Francisco Prado versus Nikolai Vertinikov at 170. It's a pretty close fight. Prado's 12-3. Nikolai is 12-6. I'm going Prado, but I feel like Nikolai could get it done.
The only thing I think you're crazy about is Mr. Van Zant beat Nikolai last, dude. Prado's about to mop the floor with this dude. I doesn't even. Yeah, Prado via
You
finish.
sleeping
First
on
round.
Mr. Van Zant? I think he's pretty good.
I think he's all right, but I don't think he's Francisco Prado in the striking. I think if you get underneath Mr. Van Zant, you're super fucked. Shout out, Paige. But if you are standing across the cage from Francisco Prado, you better keep your motherfucking hands up, and I don't think Nikolaev's going to do that.
Nope. What you got, George?
Prado by KO in round 1.
Okay.
One? Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
My boy, he's piggybacking. That's my dude.
Look, I picked Prado. That's what I'm saying. I picked Prado, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm getting a weird feeling. All right. Oh man.
Vinicius.
So this next one, I
Say it. Say it. I feel it because I might say it. You say it.
all right. So we've got Marvin Vettori fighting Brendan Allen at 185. I want to say Brendan Allen's going to win. I want to say it. All right. But Marvin Vettori is one of those guys that he can hang with everybody he fights.
I don't think you're wrong.
I think I'm going to
Marvin-
stick with Brendan Allen, though.
Okay. And Brendan Allen's hair is on fire. He's only lost to the best of the best at 85. He wants that belt. He's driven to get it. Marvin Vettori is openly said, hey, can we get these last couple fights of my contract over with so I can leave? That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. I'm going Brendan Allen.
Yeah. All right. Well, as soon as you say that, yeah, checks out. What you got, George?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Allen.
Okay. So next up after that, we also the disrespect. Marvin Vettori was main eventing just a few. Actually, both these guys were main eventing not too long ago, and there are prelims of this.
Well, Brendan, yeah, no, that's disrespect. You're right. That's fucked.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next bout at bantamweight, we have Kyler Phillips taking on Vinicius Oliveira. I got Vinicius Oliveira on this one.
Man, I got Vinicius Oliveira as well. I wanted so bad. I like Kyler Phillips. I always have, but he just seems to be like maybe he needs to be just grappling or doing something else. Maybe UFC BJJ is for him. I think Vinicius Oliveira is going to come out and make it one-way traffic. I think you're right.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be really close. I like Kyler Phillips, and I don't think it's going to be
It's going to be rough.
close one. It's going to be rough. He's going to have a bad night. Somebody else is going to have a bad night next, too.
Yeah.
But what do you got on this one, George?
I'm gonna say Phillips by decision.
Woo! Okay. I don't know, but okay.
Are you on drugs?
Yes.
No, sir. I have my union drug card right here. I pass.
Okay, moving on. At 155, we have Michael Johnson fighting Daniel Zellhuber for our first fight on the main card. And poor Michael Johnson, he is going to take a dirt nap. Zellhuber is Jesus. So Zellhuber, I'm going Zellhuber.
Yeah, Zellhuber is a marauder, and he's trained by Eric Nixick, and Michael Johnson is old as fuck. We're going Daniel Zellhuber.
Man, Zellhuber sounds like who are you waiting for? I'm waiting for is the Germans.
He's a Mexican guy too. That's crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wild name. I'm gonna say him by
Germans
TK.
immigrated everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that guy by TKO in round 2. Somehow Johnson channels, his inner self, gets to fucking however many gigawatts to get the flux capacitor and warp back to 2015. But even that wouldn't save him now because 2015 Michael Johnson doesn't have the skills that this one does. So either way, it's not good for him. I would put this on every parlay. This would not be the one that would get an upset.
Nope.
Yeah, no. All right.
Main card finally.
Well, that one was main card.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yes, I had it listed before because you just said that they were. Oh, Vittori was the prelim. Okay.
Yes, that
I
was the
flipped it.
disrespect. Vittori and Brendan Allen.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Next up at 145, we have Dan Ige fighting Patricio Pitbull. Didn't look good for Pitbull the last time he was out. Did look good for Dan Ige the last time he was out, putting
Mhm.
down Sean Woodson. Oddly enough, I'm going Pitbull.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it.
I think Dan is not at the level that Yair is, and I don't think it's gonna go so well for Dan. I think he's gonna look at what happened to Patricio in the Yair fight, and he's gonna think, "Oh, I'm gonna run through this old motherfucker." Then he's gonna find a pit bull growling at him. So I don't know. What do you got?
I think every fight Pitbull fights, he could fucking win from now until he's 60. He's just one of those guys. He's just one of those dudes that can fight. He can fight his ass off. So if he wins, wouldn't be super shocked, but I think Dan Ige is going to box his ears off. I think 38 versus 33, the wars that Pitbull's been in. Dan Ige is no spring chicken and 33 years old either. He's been in straight wars too, but I just trust him. I trust him. I think that Eric Nixick and those boys are going to have him ready to do the fucking thing. And I think he's going to come out, and I think he's going to get a fucking bonus check. I think he finishes Patricio Pitbull.
Okay, we'll see. I don't think so. What do you got, George?
Man, Dan Ige, what can I say about him, man? He has continually impressed me. Part like kind of my resurgence in following MMA. I took a little bit of a time off and really got back into it heavy. And every fight that I've watched him in, even the ones he's lost, has been good. This dude's tough as nails, both these dudes. But I'm going all in with Dan Ige by unanimous decision. And if I'm wrong, I'll eat a Spam and pineapple sandwich on the podcast because I fucking hate Spam.
How can we get you to do that even if you're right?
I'll eat it. I love Spam. I'm a poor white kid, bro. Fuck it. Give me that Spam.
Okay, moving on. I feel like this one's gonna hurt Will's feelings. We got a bout at 170, Kevin Holland versus D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez, and I'm going Kevin Holland. I like Kevin Holland at 170. He is fucking terrifying.
I love D-Rod. I know you think that that's throwing shade at me, but I absolutely
No.
think
I
Kevin
know
Holland.
I know you love D-Rod. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I know. I love Daniel Rodriguez. I would love to meet that guy and spar with him. I think his life story is just so absolutely inspirational, and things he does in his community is great. That being said, Kevin Holland is my Texas brethren, and he's getting him out of there in 2.
Yes. We got George.
Holland by TKO round 3, unless Rodriguez catches him when he's, cracking jokes and shit talking.
That Southpaw Orthodox and Kevin Holland hits like a motherfucking freight train, dude. I don't see.
Yeah,
Daniel.
look how long he is.
I don't see Daniel handing up to that power, bro. It's just
Like I
Kevin hits
said,
way harder than Ian
It's a
Gary.
12-mile
He just-
punch.
like I said, he only if he catches him clowning,
yeah, for sure.
because you know how Kevin be.
Yeah, you could catch him clowning and then he breaks your arm when you come down. That was nuts, huh?
Just
Oh
saying.
my God.
I know.
All right. Next up at 185, we got Paulo Costa fighting Roman Kopylov. This could go either way, I feel.
I think it's going one way.
It's I'm willing to bet I know which way you're going. And I think I'm going opposite. I'm
Oh.
going Paulo Costa.
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you, bud, because so am I. I think
Oh
Paulo
my
Costa's
God.
gonna run him the fuck over. And DraftKings has Paulo and Dustin Poirier at the underdogs right now. Go cash that ticket. Paulo Costa, Dustin Poirier. Make that parlay, throw your motherfucking bonus check on it, and say, thank you, Coach Will. I want a 10% commission. You're fucking welcome. Paulo Costa is too damn much for Roman Kopylov. Paulo Costa is going to walk into the pocket with Kopylov and beat his ass. Kopylov has a questionable win over Chris Curtis. Paulo Costa, he ain't Chris Curtis, boy. He went to fucking war with Yoel Romero. Some people think Costa might be over the hill. You guys don't realize the amount of injuries that guy, and it's his own fault. He fights in a way where you're going to get injured, and he works out in a way that you're going to get injured.
Yes.
I was stoked to see Paulo Costa versus Hamzat. I want to see that fight still. I think Paulo could beat up
I need
Hamzat.
that fight still.
Dude, I think Paulo beats Roman Kopylov so damn bad that it makes people silly for putting money on Roman Kopylov. And I don't know, message in the comments what you want to see me do if I lose. I'm super confident in that motherfucker.
Okay. All right. George, what you got?
You know, I think I'm gonna go against you guys. I'm gonna say Kopylov by decision. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to be wrong. I'd love to see Costa Hulk out and beat this dude's ass. I mean, there's no emotional investment in this for me at all. It's not like, oh, I just feel like the 1-4 skid. It's
fair.
hard. That's all.
Kopylov has really good hands too.
Oh, he's good. Kopylov is good.
He's got good striking. So like that is what, to me, I'm like, ooh, I could see him cracking Costa and Costa happening to cover up and then them stopping it while Costa's kind of covering up, kind of defending, kind of getting up, or I could see it being one of those situations. But I'm going Costa because I think Costa has a better chance of weathering any storm Kopylov has at him than Kopylov has at weathering any storm Costa brings, right?
Beautifully said. Exactly my same thought. Exactly my same thought.
So the next one we disagree on. The next one, the main event, the BMF belt on the line. We have Max Holloway taking on Dustin Poirier for the third time. The first two times, Poirier put it on him. Poirier put it on him. All right. I think Max is a different man. I think Dustin is a different man, and I think they are drastically different. And I think the Max that we're seeing now, and the Max at this weight, at 155 Max, I think we're going to see a way different fight this time. I think this was a poor fight for Dustin to go out on. I think Dustin said, I beat this guy twice. I can do it again. You ever watch Dragon, the Bruce Lee movie? He said, I beat you before. I can do it again.
Absolutely.
I think Poirier said that. I think he's thinking, I beat this guy twice. I know how to beat him. I don't think he should go in cocky. I don't think he should go in thinking that. Now, he may not be going in cocky, but I don't think it's going to be the same fight. I have Max Holloway written down. I'm going Max Holloway.
So experience is our best teacher, right? And Dustin Poirier has so much experience to get Max. And I'm going to preface this. with saying that Max Holloway is my favorite fighter of all time. I love Max Holloway. I've always thought to myself to try to be a bigger guy that fights like Max Holloway, and I've always appreciated him for his warrior spirit, his footwork, his cardio. You guys know Max Holloway. If you're a fan of us, then you're a fan of Max Holloway, and I don't have to tell you how great that man is. The fights with Jose Aldo, man,
So-
just beautiful stuff. Now, I just think that guys have numbers, right? Like Volk had Max's number, and I think Max, just Dustin Poirier doesn't want to lose his last one. I don't think he even wants to retire. I think that that fire burns very hot and bright for him to fight, but he just is making a decision for his family. It's time for him to be a family man and a dad now. Now, don't get me wrong. Dustin Poirier is saying this is the last one. He's got 1 foot out. Max Holloway is fully cemented in there. That's a huge determining factor as well. I mean, if one guy is retiring and one guy wants to be champ again, that says a lot in the fight. But I don't think Dustin Poirier has lost that want to be noticed as great. I think Dustin Poirier is going to show up. It's in Louisiana. I picked against him the last 2 times he's fought Max Holloway. He's made me look like an idiot, man. I got to go Dustin Poirier. I love you, Max Holloway. If you win, I'll wake my whole fucking house up. But I got to go Dustin Poirier.
I want to say something. You said experience. And I want to point out that Max Holloway started fighting kickboxing in 2007, which is when Dustin Poirier started his amateur career. So they
Dustin's
both
got the 2 beatings
they
on him, though.
both
That weighed that
started-
out for me.
Yes, yeah. They both started around the same time. Holloway just started out doing kickboxing before
Yeah.
he transitioned to MMA. But Poirier has, I think, 5 more fights than him or 6 more fights than him total.
Mhm.
Not counting Holloway's kickboxing bouts, of course.
Right.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I don't know. It's gonna be a close one too. We will see. What do you got, George? Lay it on us.
Man, this is coming from New Orleans, and I've been there 3 times now, and it is a fucking special place. And there's a definite energy and a vibe to there that I haven't felt in many other places in the world. That being said, that's where Dustin's at, and that's, I just think that having that crowd behind him, having that past experience on him is going to be too much for it. And like you said, that these guys are both warriors. They got indelible spirits, but I don't think Dustin's going to go out with a loss. I think this is going to be less of a fight, and it's going to be more like a Cajun cook-off, but with fists. This is going to be wild. Poirier by unanimous decision, going out on his shield, man. I think this is going to be a bloody brawl. I think these dudes are going to be just throwing hammers back and forth. And, man, this is going to be a treat for the fans of MMA. I think all 3 of us guys might even get a little teary-eyed, when it's all said and done.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This
the
is-
best, I would love to see those guys slug it the fuck out for 5 rounds, called a draw, and they both retire.
I don't want to see Max retire yet.
I do.
I
I don't
think
think
he's got
55's
some-
good for him.
I think he's got some spectacular things to do still.
I hope.
I think that we could see him fight Topuria again, and I think him at 55 against Topuria is a different fight. The cut to 45, he had bulked up for 55 for the fight with Gaethje, so
That's
he
facts.
had a way harder cut when he cut for that fight. He had already
Facts.
said that he wasn't going to go back down to that weight class, and
Yeah, then they said you could have the belt.
yeah.
That was shady, wasn't it?
He's still ranked in the weight class after he's told him, "Hey, I'm definitely not going back down." So,
Well, how many times have you, I, and Gip talked about how the fuck does Max Holloway make 45?
it doesn't make any sense.
For years, we were like, how the fuck is he making 50 or 45? He got pulled from the fight with Habib in the weight cut for 55 years ago.
Yeah,
So,
the,
I
the
mean, you're
commissioner
not
was like,
wrong.
"He's gonna die."
Dude, you're not wrong. Tanner, you are not wrong. And it's well documented my love for Max Holloway. But man, I just, like George said, I don't see DP walking out on a loss. I think he's gonna slang them things, boy.
Fair. That's fair. All right. Well, that is it for our UFC 318 preview. I've got nothing else for you guys other than tune in Saturday for the events. I mean, tune in the morning for the
He's ready.
PFL,
You
and
cheat.
then tune in the evening at 6 p.m. Eastern for UFC 318. That's all I got.
I love you. We love you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for following us. Remember, hey, somebody has got to win that rash guard. Somebody's got to win that t-shirt. So somebody tell me who's showing up to the crib. And if you're a jiu-jitsu athlete and you have a rank, white, blue, purple, brown, let me see that too. You got to be the first one to comment. I'll be there. And you're winning a Culture Collective, Mixed Martial Idiots, Buzz Sports Media, first ever rash guard.
Thought you were rapping for a second.
I can't do that.
All of you
All right.
buttholes on the fork knife. I am coming.
Oh my God.